So the first thing we should do is just really focus on the software and what we offer. Infinidat's strongest area is what we've done in software to make off-the-shelf commodity hardware sing and deliver both incredible technical value, such as 100% guaranteed availability, or our unmatched performance of 35 microseconds of latency, critical for highly transactional workloads. But we've done that without doing custom ASICs, custom chips. We do data at rest encryption, for example, with no performance penalty, but we do it all in our software, and that's powered by our InfuzeOS operating system. This powers our on-prem solutions with all of our enterprise feature sets. It's common across the portfolio. With our neural cache technology, it enables the performance of 35 microseconds. We have larger capacities, which we announced last October, over 17 petabytes of primary capacity on our InfiniBox technology. And for our InfiniGuard purpose-built backup appliance, which is compatible with all of the major backup software vendors, now over 85 petabytes. One thing that many people don't realize is we provide in a single storage system, a unified platform. We support not only block, but we support the file protocols of NFS and SMB. We have a number of customers in the global Fortune 500 who use us not just for our block, but for file as well. Our enterprise class data services are highlighted consistently in the Gartner Magic Quadrant, where InfiniBox and InfiniBox SSA have been named a leader for 5 years in a row. Our snapshot capability, our multi-site replication, not just 2-site like some of the other vendors, 3, 4, or more. We integrate heavily with AIOps. Not only we use AIOps inside of our own storage systems, helps us and our customers understand capacity, performance, et cetera, but AIOps is also used by our TAs, our technical advisors, and our technical support teams. It allows us to offer the leading white glove support and service, which also, by the way, was highlighted by Gartner in several of the Gartner Magic Quadrants, where we have been named a leader for 5 years in a row. We also take that AIOps technology and go outside of our ecosystem, outside of the InfiniBox and the InfiniBox SSA, into data center and hybrid cloud AIOps packages, such as VMware's vCenter Ops or ServiceNow. Our patented neural cache, as I mentioned, gives us that high performance. And one of the key things that comes out in our own public references, and also very heavily in the Gartner Peer Insights. Peer Insights, by the way, are reviews by end users, not by InfiniBox, not by Infinidat, not by our partners, but literally by our end user community. We have over 500 of them. And many of them point out our autonomous automation, which allows us to do things automatically with no intervention by the storage administrator or the IT administrator. And our set it and forget it storage management capability has allowed them to have an InfiniBox or an InfiniBox SSA that has run nonstop for 3, 4, or 5 years with no management, not just 100% availability guaranteed, but not requiring management on the cost of the IT side. We guarantee our performance SLAs on the InfiniBox and the InfiniBox SSA, and we guarantee cyber resilience recovery on both our InfiniBox and InfiniBox SSA primary storage platforms, but also on our InfiniGuard purpose-built backup. So you're going to see this is the basis for our InfuzeOS Cloud Edition. Now let's summarize InfiniSafe, which, by the way, is included in the InfuzeOS at no additional charge. InfiniSafe is an award-winning cyber resilience storage technology. It encompasses 4 main legs, and we're now adding a 5th leg. So the 4 main legs are the immutable snapshot capability, can't be deleted, can't be changed. Air gapping technology, both local and remote, that separate the management and data plane, which allows us to ensure that the snapshots are in fact immutable. They're not being altered because you separate that management and data plane. A fenced forensic environment. If you really do have a ransomware or malware attack, you need to find a place to identify a known good copy. And that space needs to be fenced off to allow you to perform that forensic activity. And that's where you're going to see both the immutable snap capability and the fenced forensic, what we're doing with InfiniSafe Cyber Resilience technology. And our instantaneous recovery, which we already mentioned, that is guaranteed. Now, let's just go a
Eric,
little.
before we go on, let me ask a quick question before I go back to that
Absolutely.
slide. There is, you're going to see in this presentation, as we're going to interrupt each other every once in a while, a little color commentary. One thing that I want to just remind everybody is that we're not just a hybrid array. Most people know us as a hybrid array. We're an incredible all-flash array. Some of the largest enterprises in the world run their mission-critical applications today on our all-flash. Also, we're not just some fiber channel storage array in the block world. We're fiber channel, iSCSI, and NVMe TCP. So multiple protocols. In fact, some of those largest customers that get those incredible low latency performance are doing block storage on IP to us, which is very unique, right? And thirdly, it's not just a block storage. We have file storage as well on this same platform, whether that's NFS or SMB. So a very strong portfolio of things that we have in this box above and beyond just this hybrid array, which most people may know about us in the past.
This summarizes our entire portfolio and both the business benefits and the technical benefits you get. As you can see, our InfuzeOS and now our InfuzeOS Cloud Edition is what powers our system level products. Our InfiniBox hybrid array, our InfiniBox SSA all flash array, our InfiniGuard purpose-built backup. So we're ideal for primary storage workloads as well as secondary storage workloads. On the primary side, whether it be analytics, big data, AI, high performance databases, mission critical apps, virtualization, containers. And on secondary storage, archive, backup, disaster recovery, and business continuity, long-term retention. And we have customers using us in all of those, both primary and secondary storage use cases. Now, the value we deliver focuses on what you see in the circle around. From our lower TCO and rapid ROI, in fact, we had a third-party study done, which included interviewing a number of global enterprises, both in North America and in Europe, and we can deliver an 11-month payback. Now, obviously, with the economy being so topsy-turvy, having an 11-month payback is incredible. When the economy is good, the CFO would say, sure, you can pay back in 2 years, no problem. But when the economy is bad, the CFO usually will not allow high-end enterprise purchases such as what we deliver with the SSA, the regular InfiniBox, and the InfiniGuard if it's not 12 months or less. And this survey showed 11. Our autonomous automation leads not only to helping in that rapid ROI and the lower total cost of ownership, but allows them to free up IT resources to focus on other things. In fact, one of our customers, which is in the global Fortune 100, talked to us at VMworld in San Francisco and mentioned that they took 4 of the storage admins that had been assigned to Infinidat and moved them to another storage platform they have because they couldn't get it to work right. And with ours, with autonomous automation and what we provide also with our technical advisors, they didn't need many people to run the 100 InfiniBox SSAs and InfiniBoxes that this large Fortune company has. Set and forget it operations, again, also heavily tied to TCO and ROI because it just runs and runs and runs. If you think it's the Energizer Bunny from the television commercial, just keeps going and going and going. Now, also tied to that financial value is our broad-based consolidation play. This allows you to take either mid-tier storage products and consolidate, or take high-end storage products from our competition and consolidate. One of our customers has consolidated 24 different arrays from 3 different competitive vendors into 4 InfiniBoxes. Their savings in the first year of both capital and operational expenses was $10 million. Another customer of ours in the Fortune 200 area, they went from several hundred competitive arrays to 50 InfiniBox SSA and InfiniBox. Over the last couple of years, they have saved $61 million. But not only because of autonomous automation and set it and forget operations, but the broad consolidation capability. 100% availability guaranteed. We want you to feel comfortable. Everybody is 365, 24/7 these days. Cybersecurity is a critical critical concern, not only of the CIO, but of the CEO. In fact, in a recent survey by one of the leading IT analysts in the world, they said, what were your primary concerns? This was in February. Their number one concern was economic. Their number two concern, cybersecurity. And in 2022, there were two surveys, one by Fortune, one by Forbes, where they asked CEOs, what was your number one concern? And in last year's surveys, it was cybersecurity was number one and the economy was number two. So it is top of mind of the CEOs and of boards. So having cyber resilient storage is something you need to fill to have that comprehensive corporate cybersecurity strategy. We're high scale. We can do big configurations. We have one customer in Europe over 100 petabytes, another customer in the US, 77 petabytes. And in fact, our average customer has over 13 petabytes between the InfiniBox, the InfiniBox SSA, and of course, both the InfiniBox and InfiniBox SSA, as all storage needs to be backed up, which is where you see the InfiniGuard. And as I mentioned, we guarantee performance. So now let's get down.
Eric, before you go on, I made a comment when you talked about that broad-based consolidation, and you and I have, maybe been in storage a long time, right? And there's always been this concern, if I consolidate, I'm putting too much eggs in one basket. A lot of people call that the blast radius and concern about that. That is obviously a legitimate concern, but that's why we have 100% performance guarantee, 100% availability guarantee, and cyber resilience guarantee. We put our money where our mouth is so you can feel comfortable that you can take those 2 arrays, 4 arrays, 12 arrays, and consolidate it into one at petabyte scale.
Absolutely, absolutely. And in fact, we've been doing that with customers now ever since the company started shipping back in 2014.